Hello and welcome to your Recovery Day Stretch. I'm Tessa and today is all about that rest and recovery. So whatever you've done before today is all about recovering and helping our bodies prepare for your next workout and really releasing any tension, tightness, soreness. So I hope you are ready for this. Today I am feeling really a lot of tension in my lower back, my hips, and my legs, and so I will be focusing a little bit more on that. So if that sounds like you, you're going to love this stretch, I hope. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. All you'll need is a mat. Starting at the top of your mat or space, I want you to inhale it up. Big breath in, exhale, releasing those arms. Again, inhale it up. Exhale. Last time, inhale it up. And then we're going to swan dive forward into a forward fold. Now, both of your legs can be bent here or they can be straight, but we're going to let everything hang. Neck and shoulders are released. And I want you to bend both legs and then straighten your left. Bend, straighten your right. Bend and left. We're going to be switching just for a few. These are called elephant walks. Really working into those hamstrings. Still breathing. Just a few more. And bend, and if you can, straighten both legs. Inhale with a flat back. Release. And reach those arms out to the side, all the way up towards the sky. And exhale them down. Let's do that again. Inhale out, up. And swan dive forward. Look up halfway. And release all the way down. If keeping those legs as straight as you can, pulling onto the backs of those legs. I want you to put your hands onto the ground, step back into a lunge. And I want to just stay here just for a hot minute. So we're going to be shifting our weight side to side, side to side. So having one hand on both sides of that front foot and just getting into that lunge and feeling it all. From here, I want you to lift up and then circle, draw like a tiny little circle in those hips. So lift and circle. It's for 3, 2, and every time, 1, you keep sinking a little bit deeper, place that hand on the inside of that foot, and then reach on up towards the sky. Feeling that twist all the way down into your lower spine. Big inhale, big exhale, sending that down into your lower back. Hand placed back down onto the ground. We're going to bring that back leg forward, straighten that leg, and we're going to just rest over that front leg. You can use your hands for support whatever level you are at, or you can bring those fingertips to the floor. We're getting nice and deep into this hamstring right there. And then bend the knees, step back into your lunge. I want you to drop your back knee. Go ahead and sit straight on up, and I want you to reach those arms all the way straight. So we're using the floor and where that knee is, and we're going to sink a little bit deeper, pulling on that hip. Woo! That doesn't feel good. And it's not supposed to. We're releasing a lot of tension, a lot of buildup, a lot of work. Whew. It hurts. And go ahead and come on out of that. Go ahead and straighten your front leg, and we're going to reach forward. And we're going to start with the pointed toe. So toe pointing towards that wall or whatever's in front of you. And then I want you to flex your foot and point that toe up towards the sky. And we're just going to bounce between a point and a flex. Relaxing your neck and your shoulders. Point and flex. I'm feeling crazy tension right now in my hamstrings, especially on that flex. So let's go ahead and hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Shift your weight back into this lunge here, right? And then I want you to pick up that back leg, reach around with the opposite hand. You can grab onto your heel, your toe, whatever it is, and we're gonna pull on that foot for a quad stretch. Now, if your hips are up, you're not gonna feel that in your quad. You're not gonna feel it really anywhere. So I want you to, if you're here, I want you to sink a little bit deeper into those hips, where you can feel your quadricep being pulled. It's going to feel awful. It's going to feel a lot of tension. It probably will feel worse than, if you were doing 400 squats. But trust me, this stretch is so good for your quad and your hips and your lower back. Go ahead and release. Slide this foot across. Bend the knee, and we're going to sit into a pigeon stretch. Squaring off your hips. I want to make sure you have even weight between your hands if you're here, or you can also bring it down to your elbows for an added depth. Whoa. Now you're going to feel this hopefully all the way into your glute hamstring. And we're just going to hang out right here. I have a lot of clients who are like, my lower back, I sit down all day, I'm at a desk all day, and I'm like, pigeon, stretch out those glutes, stretch out your hips, and that relief will come. Go ahead and plant those hands back onto the floor, and we're going to kick this leg back into a high plank. Feet are shoulder width apart, and then I want you to shift your weight into a downward facing dog. Heels are reaching down towards the floor. If you need your knees to be bent, that's quite all right. And you can also pedal your feet out here as well. So bending your right and then switch. Oh, my hands are sliding. Sinking nice and deep into that here, and then we're going to switch legs. So stepping the opposite leg up into that runner's lunge where we started, and starting with that just weight shift side to side. And then picking your hips up and then dipping them around, drawing little tiny circles with those hips. And then bring that back leg up, straighten your front knee, and rest over that front leg. Head and shoulders are relaxed. Breathing deeply, sending that oxygen down into that area where you're really feeling that pull, that tension. I like to imagine that tension that I'm feeling is like that muscle is just trying to breathe. We're trying to create more oxygen flow, releasing all of that hard work, and bending that leg, dropping the knee, and then reaching on up towards the ceiling. Sinking nice and deep into that hip. Whoo! And making sure those hips are squared off facing forward. We don't want to be open. We want to be right there. And then straighten your front leg, reaching towards that foot. And we're going to start with those flex and point. Flex and point. And let's go ahead and hold for 5 with that flex. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shifting your weight back into that hip stretch, but then reaching around for your quad. Again, if you find yourself up here, really sink into it. Feeling that pull all down the front of that quad into your hip. Yikes. Let's hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then slide this foot across, bend the knee for pigeon stretch. There are days where I'm just literally all day at my computer, like too long, as most of us are. And that's usually when that lower back tension comes in. And so usually once or maybe twice throughout the day, I'll just pop right down here into this pigeon stretch. And it really opens up that glute, relieves that lower back. It's like a quick dose of medicine to work through that lower back tension that likes to creep up, especially in your mid-30s. It's like, oh, this is what it's like. Hands back onto the ground. We're going to kick back into downward dog. And then bring it on down into tabletop. Let's go cat-cow. Inhale. Tailbone up towards the sky. Exhale, tuck. And then I want you to cross your legs, so right on top of the left, and shift your eyes towards the left. And then switch, left on top of the right, eyes to the right. And again. And go ahead and sit back, child's pose. Reaching those fingertips all the way forward, creepy crawly, all the way forward. Go ahead and place your left hand out towards the side, and then that right hand comes right on top of that left palm. Feeling that stretch in that side body. And then switch sides. And back to center. Come on up, back to tabletop. I want to stay right here. I want you to reach up with one arm, back into that twist. And then we're going to reach through, thread the needle. I want you to reach to tap that shoulder if you can. And then repeat. Let's do this for 5, 4, 3. This feels so good in my spine. 2. And 1. And repeat other side. So reach all the way up, opening up that chest. And then bending the standing arm, reaching through for 1. 2. 3. 4. 4, and 5. Sit back, child's pose. Shift your weight forward. I want you to bring back into that needle and then sit back into your child's pose. So we're using that floor as a what do you call it, anchor to stretch out that shoulder. And then shift your weight forward, switch arms, reach it through. And right back here. Go ahead and take a seat onto your hips, feet to the side. We're gonna do a little mermaid stretch. This is one of my favorites. Grab onto your ankles. The hip that you're sitting on, arm is up towards the sky. We're going to reach over, up and over, keeping those shoulders stacked. You're gonna feel that hip rooted down into the floor. If you're like this, you're not gonna quite feel it. So really open up. It doesn't matter how far over that arm gets, as long as you're feeling that stretch all the way down into your side. And then release. Other way. Shift your weight to the other hip, feet to the other side. Bring it on up. And then reach. I seriously love this so much. And then release. Go ahead and sit onto your booty, legs out. We're just going to do a little forward fold. So arms straight up, reaching forward right here. Another hamstring stretch. And release. Go ahead and bring one knee in. We're going to sit same knee. That hand is right behind that hip. Reach it on up and lock that elbow for a upper body twist. And release. Same thing, other side. Hand behind the hip, elbow to knee, and twist. And release. Go ahead and lay all the way down to your backs. This one's gonna feel nice. Bring that knee in towards your chest. And I want you to kind of draw little tiny circles with that leg bent, pulling that knee in all the way. And then when you're ready, you can straighten that leg as best as you can and then pull it in towards your chest. You can use a towel, you can use bands, whatever you need, whatever level you are at today. We want to honor it. Start with that little ankle roll at the top. And reverse it. Give yourself a little pull, 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 and then release, bend the knee, ankle to the opposite knee. You're gonna reach through, grab onto your shin with both hands and pull. relaxing your neck and your shoulders, getting comfortable in this stretch, and then sinking, pulling a little bit deeper. If you want an added hip, you can push a little bit on that knee. You can use your elbow, whatever. Ooh, that really gets that hip. Let's hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then you can place those arms out to the side and let that left leg fall to the right for a lower back twist. And as you're twisting here, you want to be sure that your opposite shoulder, so if you're twisting to the right, that left shoulder is still in contact with the floor. If it's all the way pulled up, I want you to first start with that, pulling that shoulder up, and then using your hand to press that leg down towards the ground. And with every exhale, sinking a little bit deeper. And then release. Go ahead and shake that out, and then let's do the other side. So other leg, knee in towards your chest, and then give it a little circle. And then straighten that leg as best as you can and pull and hold. Focusing on that breath. And then roll that ankle to the right. And then reverse it. Pull, 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 and then go ahead and place that ankle onto the opposite knee. Reach through that little hole right there, grab onto your shins and pull. This hip is way tighter. Oh my gosh. And then go ahead and drop those legs to the side, arms out. Remember that shoulder needs to stay connected to the ground, and you can use that hand to push down slightly on that knee for a nice deep lower back release. And come on up. We'll release that twist. I want you to roll to your side, press on up. Here we are, we're still awake. I'm starting to get real cozy down there. You can stay seated or you can stand up. Let's go ahead and roll out and stretch out this upper body here. I want you to start with just a little arm swing. And then go ahead and hook and pull. Go ahead and switch. And let's do it again. Switch right here. And then I want you to angle that arm up and then bring it on down. So kind of a little just tilt and down. One more. And other side. Tilt it up and bring it down for 2, 3, and release. Go ahead and pull this elbow behind the head. Chin is up. None of this. Don't tuck that chin in towards your chest. Pull that elbow behind. Hand is reaching down your back. Feeling that deep pull down in that tricep all the way into your lats. If you want to add a little bend right there. Yeah, that's a lot. Breathing through it. And then go ahead and switch. Other side. Chin is up, shoulders are down. Add that little bend if you're feeling it today. And release. I'm going to go ahead and get onto my feet. And if you can, grabbing your hands behind your back, leaning into it, and then letting those arms hang, pulling on the chest and front shoulder. If this is difficult for you, you can always come to a wall or a doorway and do a little chest stretch here. Nice deep breath. And then go ahead and release. Let's go ahead and finish with a neck stretch. One of my favorites, ear to shoulder. I want your hands behind your back. Go ahead and pull if you want a little added stretch. And then we're going to rotate that chin towards your shoulder. And then roll that chin to your chest and bring it back center. Other side, ear to shoulder. And then rotate chin to chest, chin to opposite shoulder. And then roll that chin to your chest. And that is it. Thank you so much for joining me today for this Recovery Day stretch. I hope you are feeling a lot less tension in your body and feeling so much better than when you showed up today. If you enjoyed this, please give this video a thumbs up. Comment, let me know how you feel. Subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out. And I hope to see you again for your next sweat. You can check out my channel if you're new here. I've got workouts, calendars, programs, all the fun things. So I hope to see you again real soon. Thank you so much.